want to make a video that's at least longer than 10 minutes because I want to experiment with something. So this is going to be longer than 10 minutes. I don't know exactly how long. It'll be more than 10, less than 15. And so I might take this video recorder all over the place with me because I'm cooking something. I don't want to burn it up. But several things. One, I'm going to speak a little bit of Spanish on this tape. Not tape. Why do I always keep saying that tape on this tape because I'm from the years when there was tape. You know, also from the years when they used to have stones and you'd have to chisel your image. You know, YouTube didn't work quite back in those days in the Stone Age. But a couple of things. First of all, let me start off with this thing about the candy again. Yeah, I learned something. Ever since I made that video, I actually learned facts after the fact. That, you know, a lot of people there have been some even newspaper articles about this candy, you know, where some people have said it was racist, which I doubt it. I actually, even though it says Negro, or, you know, the way people might pronounce it in other countries would be Negro, which is the word for black. That's just the word, like in Spanish, that's the word for black. Now, this candy, at first I thought it was Polish, but I found out it's actually from Serbia. This product, because it even says on the package, this is from Serbia. So, I guess the language is Serbian. I guess. I don't know what they call the language they speak in Serbia. And someone also said that this is a picture of a white man carrying a whip. But if you look at it, it's actually a ladder he's carrying. And he's a chimney sweep. He has the thing to sweep chimneys with. I doubt that this is done in some racist manner. Or even though that word is there, yeah. But it's not that. What was I going to say? I was looking, you know, at some stuff, and I happened to come across my medical Spanish book. When I used to work as a translator at Cook County Hospital, I was a volunteer translator. I did that for 4 years. And this is my thing, and I used to always make sure I say everything right. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I spoke Spanish very well and still do. But it's just, I wanted to make sure I used all the words correctly and said things the right way. And I would always ask, you know, people for help. You know, I would always, like, for example, ask my ex-wife for help. You know, because she's Mexican, so she would help me out. Make sure I said something. I said, well, how do you say this? Or if I wanted to say this, or I would say, well, I said it like this. Is that the correct way? You know, and she would correct me. Or tell me, yeah, you did it right. You said it the right way. You know. Tengo un dolor en mi cabeza. Is that correct? Yeah. Anyway, let's look at some of my words. And I have to find my glasses. Because I can hardly read without my bifocals on. La piel. Tiene o ha tenido enfermedades de la piel. Well, have you? Enfermedades de la piel. And they have the translation in English. Do you have or have you ever had skin diseases? I don't think so. I got this terrible rash. Anyway, it's just interesting to look at all this stuff. Mi libro de español. Cabeza, oídos, ojos, nariz. The head, the eyes, nariz. And it talks about the different enfermedades. Enfermedades. Diseases or infirmaries. Pero ahora voy a hablar solamente en español, porque mucha gente no piensa que yo puedo hablar español, pero hay gente que piensa que yo puedo hablar español. Yo puedo, pero no mucho, porque a veces hay palabras que yo no sé en español. Y cada día estoy tratando de mejorar mi español. But that's about as good as it's going to get right now. Permíteme un momento hablar sobre este dulce que se llama negro. Negro es un color en español. El color negro. como este. Este es negro. Es la palabra. Aquí, negro. Pero hay otros colores. Por ejemplo, este es azul. Azul. Y no sé si tengo algo más. Pero, y este es verde. Verde y amarillo. Este es amarillo. Este es verde. That's about as far as it's gonna go right now. Because actually, I actually like to read Spanish too. I remember reading a book called Kiss of the Spider Woman, which was written in Spanish. The writer's Argentinian. And I also read the book called Like Water for Chocolate. Both of those were made into movies. Como agua para chocolate. Now let me get up and check something because I'm cooking, so I got to do that. And also I got to go find my glasses, which I know where they are. I left them in the other room. So let me see. What can I do? It's kind of messy in here. I don't want to show too much of the mess. It's very messy in my house. I'm frying some chicken wings. I'm going to leave this right here for a minute. And I'm going to be back. But this is going to be a rather long video, so you can stop at any point and say, alright, that's it, I'm going to leave. I'm not even going to try to make it, make sense. I'm just talking random. Just a lot of random stuff. And I do like reading poetry. That one I have, that video I have called Canción de Jinete. That's one of my favorite ones. I like to do that. I also like to have some wine. I also need to do a lot of different things, so I'm not going to do all that stuff right now. So let me go back into the other little area where I do my video stuff. It is kind of messy. I can show you just how messy it is. Look, this is how messy it is, okay? Yes, my place is that messy. That is how messy it is. So I'm going to talk for a while. And if you ain't got nothing else to do, I ain't got nothing else to do. I just took the chicken out of the thing. And I should unplug that thing, but it can stay plugged for a while because it's still going to stay hot. It's like one of these electric things. I always like to read books. I'm just being random right now. This is just... You know what? One of the things, and anybody who like use this type of flip camera, in the past when you would put stuff up there for if it was more than 10 minutes, you couldn't put it up there. The thing would say, well, this exceeds YouTube's limit. But now that I've upgraded the software, that they have the free upgrades or whatever, I want to see if this thing would actually upload a video that's longer than 10 minutes. But it still has to be less than 15. So I'm looking around for something, a nice little conversation piece, something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. I got money. Money. Lots and lots of money. This is actually foreign currency. Some of it, for those of you, and I know I have subscribers from other countries, so this isn't foreign to you. Half of this stuff isn't foreign to you. This, however, is. This is, I should say this is. This is actually from Canada, I think. It's a Canadian half penny, but it's a very old one. And I forgot to get my glasses. But anyway, that's not the point. This is from 1917. It's very old. It's a half penny. That's what it's called, a half penny. Or half, what is it? Yes, it says half penny. Half penny. Although you can tell it's a whole penny. It's the whole thing, Why do they call it that? I never understood. This is from England. This is, I guess, 10 cents. I'm curious about something. And, Do you all call this a dime in England? Or do you just call it 10 pennies or 10 pence? We say dime if there's 10 cents. Here's a Mexican peso. See, the one thing is this camera does not have very high resolution, so it's not, you can't see the details of these things. This is a 1 peso coin. And this is £2. I got this from England, or probably Scotland, I don't remember where. But I know that, you know, and this is another thing I'm curious about. And I'm actually thinking specifically, I'm talking to Twish, if you can help me out. when I try to understand this thing about the money. Because I was in Scotland and I was in England. And I was wondering, why is there different paper money in the two different places, but the coins are the same? And the value is the same. Now, I've heard that you can't spend Scottish pounds in England, but I know for a fact you can spend English pounds in Scotland because I would spend them. You know, when you get change, you get a mixture of stuff. So why is that the case? I've always wondered why that's true. Is there any explanation for that? What else do I have? You know, I have a 20 cents. This is like a euro thing, you know. Let me see if I have a whole euro. Well, I actually have two euros. So for those of you who are from the European Union, where they use the euro, you can tell me, you know, well, you can recognize this. This one is from Ireland, because I guess every country has its own little thing on the back, but you can still spend this anywhere. But this one has the harp, which represents Ireland. What else do I get? What else do I have? I have £1, another pound here. And I have 10 pesos, a 10 peso coin from Mexico. So that's my money collection. What else do I got? That I'm just being random, just random stuff, random things. I have a bear. My birthday is coming up next month, by the way. My birthday is November 6th. And this is a little Beanie Baby bear for November. This represents my birth month. You know. And I have something. This guy made his debut some time ago in one of the videos that I made. This is from, I actually bought this at Westminster Abbey in London. Interesting thing. Let me see, what else can I play with? I'm just playing with stuff just to, you know, use up time. This is a squirrel. Now, as I said once before, everybody knows me as a squirrel guy, you know, because I love squirrels. You know, they're sort of like my buddies. I give them little peanuts and they just, you know. There's a lot of research about squirrels, and I've been learning something about it. It's not a good idea to always give them nuts all the time because that's not a really nutritiously balanced meal for them. If they eat nothing but nuts, if you give it to them all the time, it actually can be bad for them. It's not that it's toxic. It doesn't have the balance of nutrients that they would find just going out there in the park or going out in the woods. There are a lot of trees around here, different type of things that they eat. So squirrels are smart in some way. They kind of know what to eat. They use their instincts and their intuition to tell them what they should be eating. Although a lot of time they go into garbage cans, so they probably have the same health problems people do. I'm sure if I could get one of the little blood pressure cuffs, I could put it on and see that they probably have high blood pressure and diabetes and everything else from eating the same diet we eat by going in the garbage can and eating all the high fat and high sodium foods that people eat. You know, instead of sticking to a more natural diet. And I think that's about it because I'm tired. And if this thing is not 10 minutes long, I don't care. I just want to talk for a while. And that's it.